to counter the Stitches, while also having a global, going for the bribe stacks, for example. This team is creative, they're smart, and they've got a great shot caller. Like, you know, yesterday I got to cast Miracle with Rapid, and all the Koreans were saying this team was the strongest team in scrims right now. And maybe nothing I saw yesterday led me to believe that that was actually true. Unfortunately, this team was crushed. Judy was caught out of position multiple times. We saw Sniper with some weak performances. Blue Beetle looked great as ever. Nitrogen looks back in form. He's playing solo lane, which is, I think, a great role for him. But I don't know, man. It's just not living up to the hype.
Yeah, against Ballistics, they had strong wave clear controlling, and they were actually winning the macro early game, but that is always the problem. They still have the same shot caller. Sniper, I think he is the weak link now. He's the captain, and he's the oldest.
And he's the only part of the original Miracle that's still on this team.
But when he was playing Kurumi yesterday, he was missing a lot of the skill shots. That's ironic, though. He is T1 from Miracle. That's actually playing one of the worst. But it was only yesterday, so we'll have to test again against Supernova. I think he's gonna be okay. And Nitrogen actually solo laning with Falstad, not with the Haka, because he was playing Falstad so many times. He can kind of control the global and have the map awareness all the time. I think it fits him, actually.
Yeah, it's a shared skill set, kind of like how we see Good playing DPS, but he also understands how to play the macro as an element of being a DPS. So I like what you're saying with that. Kirisaku, though, on the other side, has looked to be a fantastic solo laner, has made several amazing plays. Alex, as well, playing the Alex Strasza. We saw No Chat's Zarya paired with this. And that was, I think, the coolest draft we saw on Infernal Shrines, where it was the basically solo DPS Phoenix with the protection coming in from the Zarya. The team looks coordinated, the team looks like they know how to execute a strategy. And it's always been humble as well. We're not going to win. No Chat saying, there's no chance we're going to win this series this time. They were going to lose last time. No Chat's like, we're going to get 0-3'd. I don't know. I know you and I talked about this a lot before the broadcast. You were leaning that you think Miracle takes this series. If I had to give an official prediction, I would definitely give it to Supernova. But again, we have to add the asterisk that yesterday Miracle played a top team. Supernova played Belize. So this is where we kind of meet in the middle. And it is going to be Miracle picking a macro, large map Sky Temple into Supernova, who's been global oriented. So very interesting choice.
And we're going to Sky Temple.
Yeah.
And I think Miracle should have done their homework after watching the first day of Supernova play, because of at least their main problem after watching the VOD again when I went home. They gave out Garrosh and Phoenix together, and that was basically a win for them, because Supernova had so much experience in global control as well. With some teamfight potential, they were really focusing, making sure that Phoenix gets all his power in the perfect, comfortable positioning. And if you just take one of them or two of them off to the opponent, if Miracle bans any of those cards, I think Supernova is not going to have the same game they played on Friday.
Well, let's see how this pans out. We see the Overwatch bans to lead things off, but Supernova will take first pick. Remember, this is the map choice of Miracle. There's three different ways to look at this, I think. The safest pick is the Malfurion. The other two options would have been to first pick Dahaka, if they want to go down the exact same route they showed us on large battlegrounds before. And the other opportunity was, of course, to go to the Garrosh. But Dahaka is denied with the Jaina. If you're going to take the Blaze, you have to take it now. But then you're not with a global solo laner. So Kirisaku will have to make that choice now, of course under No Chat's supervision, as to what he plays, because the Blaze will be banned. Make no mistake if they do leave it open here.
Oh yes, if it's banned, he can also go towards that Sonya path, so it is still possible for them to actually pick something else before. So there are lots of open options there for Kirisaku to pick up his solo lane. If they want to focus on their own mage before that happens, maybe they can do it. So they are going towards that DPS, and their winning formula has been with Phoenix.
What's cool about this too is you've already removed two meta DPSs in terms of an auto attacker and a dive hero. So in this next phase, you can also ban another DPS, like the Li Ming, for example, or even something safe like a Tychus. You limit what Miracle can do. The Blaze ban was obvious. This is a must ban. It's gonna be the Karzim actually. Because they're already so limited, right? Like, Li Ming plus Jaina, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. Another meta DPS is like, the best option I think they have left is the Falstad. And...
Or maybe Lunara, if they really want to go fight in the zone.
Yeah, I just feel like Lunara versus Malfurion is weak, and you have Lunara, Jaina. Is there enough synergy there? You know, you're looking at burst plus slow. They have to get the Falstad. They take the double global, not because of globals, but because they're choked out of DPS they would have rather had. The Hanzo and the Phoenix, the perfect pairing heroes with the Jaina, were both removed.
And they do have Nacho Jin, so the Falstad player often has a meme of if he dies of Falstad and he's the first killed, he's Nacho Jin.
I think unfortunately he'll be playing the Dahaka in this case.
I know,
though.
yes.
But
well, you never know.
You never know. And there's always potential for swaps. Well, now we're looking at who do you main tank here versus the Jaina. It's not a strong pick into the... John is not a strong pick into the Jaina, but decent into Falstad. Great for the boss. Iron Skin, somewhat of a soft counter to the Gust in terms of boss control.
Well, Garrosh is open, but there are lots of range DPS unless you have really good positioning. Surprise them somehow with the flank. It's going to be hard to grab on them.
I prefer the Johanna. So when it comes in for Kirisaku, it will be Diablo of all heroes here, interestingly enough. Diablo has this soft pairing with Salvo. So he has the ability to lock down heroes in the front line, can jump onto Judy when Judy's overextending or being aggressive. But I think it's mostly about the Lightning Breath into the Salvo. It gives you the slow, which gives you the bonus damage.
Yes, and they want to focus on a single target. And blow one of them up, and must be Falstad or Jaina. They're pretty weak against when Diablo just charges in and just bumps onto the wall where they get the mini stun and then just turned over where they can just focus easily. I think Heaven was really trying to focus because Garrosh and Johanna pretend they can't really go in and pick off one that's in the range so far away from Pink. I think he wants to charge in and make that engage first and then get a pick off.
As you guys can see, there are already Supernova fans in the audience. They've grown very rapidly after their first win over Feliz. Team growing in popularity. The macro element here for Miracle is, I mean, they have the advantage in that regard, right? In terms of wave clear, fairly even between the two squads. Miracle historically has been a team that has had decent macro early game and then falls off decision making post 15 minutes. But this is a different roster, and I like that they're kind of experimenting with this concept here. It's not, again, the Falstad pick is not out of global priority, it's out of necessity of DPS, and you know, DPS that have high impact. With the Overwatch Heroes ban, the Falstad was the only pick left that made sense.
I would have a big focus on the minimap and how Supernova actually has their macro play against the double global, which they prioritize on Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, Miracle, they do have double global, and just yesterday, your shot calls pre-15 was also good, but it was the same problem again.
Something else I want to point out, similar problem to Dudu, very, very similar player, Frankel, being forced onto the mage here. Not a comfortable hero for him.
Or stacks.
This is exactly what Habian picked this Diablo for. He could do the same with the Garrosh, but he's trying to abuse Judy, who normally stands very forward in bushes because he's looking for those stacks with the Q while trying to get vision. You can see he's doing it here again. If it were Garrosh, he would not be able to do this, but because it's Diablo, he can at least abuse a little bit more. The other thing about Kirisaku we should mention is his aggressiveness in the solo lane. Like, he threatened several solo kills against Feliz, against Hanaten, and I think this is going to be no exception against Nachojet, who's somewhat of an amateur solo lane player in the melee role. So keep an eye on the health bars and the minimap. So we don't always catch those. We don't have picture-in-picture here. But he's been very successful in getting good trades.
Yeah, and also Alex has been playing the Decker King right wing Alexstrasza last time, but of course don't count out Malfurion. He has been playing all that in Open Division, also in the Crucible as well.
I mean, everyone's playing Malfurion right now.
Yeah, you just have to.
But I think the fact that he's shown us such high-level play on slightly less meta supports means that we could reasonably assume his Malfurion's going to be good. Alright, Judy with the flank.
With the chain CC, no chat, let's get out.
They do this under the spell armor. Unfortunately, could have been a little bit more damage on the no chat otherwise. This ends up being a positive trade for Supernova for now. Again, Haven just abusing Judy, tossing him into this cannon tower. Only one, so not going to be a big deal, but regen super fast. I just love that Haven clearly knows how Judy plays and is just abusing that nonstop. Uh-oh.
Oh, flank top, Kirisaku. It's slow,
another
but
heal about to be ready. Yeah.
No follow-up damage, just great body, body blocking other way that Alex was keeping him, except not getting hit by Frankel's damage.
Okay, they're really committing into this fight. Be careful about going all the way in. Looks like they want to commit to the top shrine because they want this top wall to be destroyed. That's something they've been focusing on super early into this game. Fast Night Camp into committing with Night Camp to the push, swapping the lanes, forcing Dahaka bottom, having that solo matchup with the Hanzo that's been so popular recently in Korea. No shot stunned, but the rest of the team is not there for the follow-up damage, so Judy's just put himself out of position. Really nice placement on that Blizzard, helps them turn this around.
Here comes Nitrogen with grabbed onto Diablo though, so the backline is safe, doing a lot more damage. So no chat, putting maximum amount, even rooted, that's gone Judy.
They just know how to play around Judy so well. It seems to be the name of the game for Supernova. They did it again, just, you know, on Friday against OJ when he was on the Stitches. Just knowing when a tank has its cooldowns down and when to collapse. And Judy just put himself into a bad spot where he couldn't get out. The Blizzard was there to help them escape. You know, that was a really nice Blizzard. The problem is that after that, he went back in, and Supernova just turned back around, and I don't know, it's... I feel like I'm always kind of I'm never giving Judy the benefit of the doubt, but it just becomes harder and harder sometimes, you know, with these moves, and it's again tough to criticize Judy when his playstyle it's a strong style and it's been effective against some of the weaker teams, but Supernova is clearly prepared for it, and you know, his Muradin comfort pick is getting shut down now. Like, knows how aggressive he is every time, and look at how they rotate over. You know, if this is Garrosh, Judy might be dead right now.
Well, the moment they were focusing on to Heaven only, they were not really putting pressure onto the back DPS, and there were Hanzo and Phoenix together. If you can survive just taking all the damage for 10 seconds plus, I mean, go ahead and try to be not dead within that time.
Okay, Sniper's dead. Baited. Baited. Kirisaku is so good at this as well.
And he was going to lose 1v1 anyhow.
So that was basically Kirisaku going for the spear there, saying, okay, like, I'm trying to kill you 1v1. They had no vision of where Phoenix was. Actually, oh my god, look at the minimap. They had the watchtower. He knew he was there, he just wasn't looking. He actually just wasn't looking. He had full vision that no chat was rotating up. He just didn't see it. Either way, it was a bait there by Kirisaku. Sniper takes a hook, line, and sinker. Wants to try to abuse the fact that he's ranged to get the kill there. Backfires poorly. Supernova takes the lead here. Only a slight one. With the double global, it's hard to get a massive experience lead. Well, their quests are finishing up, right? Diablo's finished up his base talent. Hanzo Scatter Arrow finished already. They don't have enough of a 10 advantage to go for a boss play here, but they certainly should be able to control this shrine for the time being. In fact, Nitrogen needs to use this brush to get out. That movement speed.
They do have double global, I mean, I would... If I was playing in Miracle, any of the members, I would agree to just have the Haka pushing top instead. Falset can't go straight to the bottom, it's longer than the rage actually. That Falset can fly, it takes some time as well. And the Haka coming from the back push is always better because you can actually drag and put pressure onto the back line of someone like Hanzo or even Malfurion.
Yeah, drawing it out is definitely the way. As long as they can trade the damage, you know, the mid fort they're trying to get here as the trade makes it worth it. Falstad's also pushing top right now. If they get this fort, I think it is worth it. And Blizzard will just barely get it with that last Q there. And they're doing a lot of damage here. I think this is actually a win for Miracle. I think you're completely correct. And they could have threatened to fight at any moment. They did not. It's 2 forts for 1. Yeah, Nitrogen gets stunned here by the arrow, but he has the burrow. He actually gets out. Here, he pops his trade.
He comes in with a
Planet Cracker. No chat, blowing them up here in this choke.
Yushiel will save the Haka.
Yeah, very well played.
He'll have a long way to go back.
Sniper coming in here, but Haben gets the kill. He wants a double. He gets a lot of extra health from that stack he gets, and the second kill here as well. I think Diablo's, you know, he's been done with his baseline quest for a while, but I mean, you can just see what Haben can accomplish here. Haben is very quickly proving himself to be, you know, a Gondar-esque player who just comes out of nowhere. Very well experienced from Open Division, and is just totally killing it. They can make a boss play now. They won that fight 4v5 through Diablo's tankiness and his ability to kind of point-click his way into that fight. Very well played, and Sniper, I think, was just a little bit too late. He will still get the top fort, you would think, but Supernova does not commit to the boss with the short respawn timers. They just want to get more picks. Thought for sure that would be a boss attempt with the Hanzo they have, but just not quite the window they needed. Not enough. Didn't feel comfortable.
But Supernova had a really good response where it seemed like a chase for a Miracle where they were just outnumbered. And that Diablo play where he might have thought just, oh, I'm going down regardless, so I might as well just try to provide some more CC. Oh!
Judy, again the target. Very far forward, gets the vision that's required. But yeah, I think your line of thinking here is correct. You know, worst case scenario, you die, you just respawn, you lose your souls, which is risky, but your souls are what allows you to turn this. Okay, we're going to see this commitment to the APOC as well. Gets the triple stun. Look at the Judy, he's taking so much damage, but he's going on to Haben. Planet Cracker. Nitrogen goes down. Kirisaku stays alive so long. Judy does get out here with his avatar. It ends up being a trade of the solo laners. This is a win for Miracle because they have globals now and should be able to further soak. I mean, it's just the one global with the Haka dead, but he can return to lane instantly. Sniper goes here. So advantage Miracle from this trade, but it could have been much worse for Supernova.
Yeah, because we were focusing onto the front line, the tank and the support so much, and then this last team fight I was focusing my eyes on Bantam. He's providing some crazy Hanzo scatter arrow plus the Q damage. Look at that.
Judy's the target once again. As soon as Judy is low health, like, they're not killing him that often, but as soon as he's low health, the reason why they focus the tank first is because then Jaina just can't be in range. Like, she can't actually do damage anymore, or she's going to die. They have the burst with the Phoenix and the Hanzo in terms of auto attacks, so if she's stunned for 1 second, she just dies. So she has to back out. So if you bleed down, you know, the Muradin, in that moment before he regens, you have a moment where you can strike. And again, Judy's the target. If Frankel's out of position, they'll dive on him, sure, but his position's been good. It's Judy that they're trying to abuse. Okay, there's the Gust for the disengage.
A lot has been used from Supernova, so that wasn't really a bad call for Miracle to actually dive in again. But they just want to disengage because they seem like they're winning in the level, but it seems like from all the fight they're losing actually.
Yeah, it's the double globals that gives them the experience. They have the fort lead as well, the mid fort just barely surviving. Trying to bait a fight here with Judy at the front with this boss, but the scatter arrow calls him out. Good call by Bentham. Checks again with Sonic, confirms they're not actually doing this. No chat, and Haben want this pick on the sniper. He's very safely positioned though. This is a very costly rotation. Now they can try to start the boss. It's a tough call to make when they see bot. They might actually consider it. They're going to go for the safer Siege Giants to keep this lane pushed out.
I think APOC is stopping them from going in because it did provide lots of zoning and a big stun onto multiple targets. Last time when they tried to fight near their own siege camp.
They need to make sure they don't overextend here. They have the fall step, but he's not going to be able to instantly fly down. Okay, Judy goes in for the Stormbolt. He gets a stack. I like how he zones here, though. He's not overextended. This gives the opportunity for these 4 Siege Giants to wreck this wall. The threat of Falstad is always there. Again, he's far away. He can come and turn this fight, so Supernova needs to make sure that they just clear this from the safety of the keep. They lose the wall, they lose some experience, but it's not like that's going to be the move that pushes Miracle to 20, so they take this very safely. Very good crisis management there, not panicking.
And for Supernova, again, keeping safe, having just make sure he's in the front. Everyone else just following right behind. Keeping a great position.
This focus on the Judy it worked well for them in the early game, and it set up a lot of opportunities for them. But I think Judy has adapted his play a little bit, and now Supernova I feel is almost a little bit tunnel visioned on him. You know, look at where Frankel is right now. He might be actually the juicier target, but again, they're going to go for Judy, right? Because he's closer. He gets the cleanse.
Sniper's at the bottom.
Judy's just going to regen all that. Sniper will have the gust here for this fight. I think this is not a reasonable
Starts boss.
Oh my god, I mean, they have a quick clear time with the Hanzo, but are they just going to give this up? Are you kidding me? Nitrogen did not come down. They wanted the shrines instead. Now Supernova can invade. Falstad has to be bottom to clear that boss. If they come up to contest this temple, then they're going to lose out to the boss, so you would have thought that would have been the moment for Miracle to say, this is when our comp shines with the double global. We hit the gust. They just let it go. Really interesting decision. I don't want to say it's wrong, but it's just not what I expected. Not from this team that likes to fight like that.
I think it's because they want to just control the global, and this boss will damage the wall, but it can't really get to the keep and do too much, as they still control the double global, and they still do have the lead. They don't really have to team fight, you know what I mean? Just keep the macro in your face and make sure the opponent has a tough time when the keep actually goes down. After close to 20, when there's Epic Mount, and also Tehaka for them to control the macro forever, Supernova will be just lost to what to do, where to go, what lane to focus, what can they actually do? They want to open team fights, their gust will just push them out. It might just be wind tunnel for them to keep safe.
I mean, you raise a really good point. I mean, the structure lead alone means that trades like this are in their favor. They got the keep wall with that 4 Siege Giant push earlier, and the boss didn't even do that as much damage as that 4 Siege Giant push did because it was shut down so early. Okay, this is a really, really risky moment here for Miracle. Nitrogen is caught. He has to pop his trait. Kurisaku denies Judy from getting into range here to get into the back line.
But as long as they're safe, they're all good to go. Falstad is pushing all the way.
Yeah, he's getting the keep. He gets the keep here, 100%. Like, no one can stop him. He's got the whole wave here. They have to get a kill. They have to make this a trade. If they don't get anybody here, then Miracle is, like, just one step away from victory. It keeps down, hook, he kills.
Yeah, but even the D-shield, everything is basically used and keeps down. Falstad comes around now.
Frankel gets a kill, too, from the flank! And he's got the Blizzard here to stop them from getting it into trade. But this is exactly what Miracle wants. They're looking for this fight here. The blow-up onto Alex. He's dead. No Chat is in danger. He's chased away. Kurisaku trying to do what he can, but he doesn't have support anymore. Sniper with the disengage and gust. And Miracle makes this a winning play. They get the keep. They win the trade. And a lot of it comes from that sneaky play from Frankel. No warp here. He's dead. See you later. And Miracle has basically, you know, signed the deed to the game now, man. It belongs to them. There's another kill onto Tehaka from Supernova here, but that is just... that's not going to be enough. That's not going to allow them to suddenly make a keep play. Sniper's always had a strong Falstad, and he's showing it again here.
Miracle got the keep. They won the team fight. It's their tempo right after. And boss is coming up soon, and they hit 20. They have Falstad. Come on, everything is just falling in together for Miracle. And that flank, I mean, Frankel was good on a lot of the mages, but that flank just sniping onto Hanzo was beautiful. We didn't get to see a whole lot of it, but it was insane.
Falstad's going to hold his 20 because Epic Mount could be the winning move. You know, damage could actually be correct, and of course Wind Tunnel could be the way to end the game, so... there's no reason for him to lock it in right. There's no reason for him to even use his trait right now. They've got 2 keeps down. But I want to draw everyone's attention to the kill counter, right? With the exception of that last trait, Supernova has won every fight. If they can survive until 20, and win one more fight. They did get the keep wall damage from that boss earlier. If they can win one more fight, they could win the game. Cleanse comes in here, but the drag is right afterwards. So well timed. There's the gust. Not the best gust, though. The warp comes through. Planet Cracker. Bad angle. No chat's hit here by the Blizzard. If they could somehow turn this fight without 20, they could maybe just turn this game around, but it's not going to happen. They back away. They grab the experience bot lane.
Oh man, for Supernova, their heart almost exploded. They only have one keep, and if they dropped any of their member, that was going to be close to a game over. So, well played by just disengaging after just having all the CCs right down their Planet Corrector. Unfortunately missed. They couldn't really bring down Judy in the front line.
Huge power spikes here. The stun arrow actually chosen for Hanzo not play the game. They're not actually going to try to counter global.
A bullseye?
Yeah, bullseye. And they also have Diablo's bolt into Epoch. And the most important of all is, of course, Phoenix's extra life bar. Those are the things that can win them team fights. And team fights are how they win this game. They're going to have to look to force a fight on Shrine. Someone's going to have to go back to deal with the Falstad split pressure right now. This does not actually happen at the lowest level in Korea almost ever. Oh my god, they're going to make a boss play. They can just get backdoored. Like, Falstad's on the core. They have one of the fastest clearing comps ever. But they just get delayed here by Judy. Look at this. Judy's like, no one's hearthing home. This is a core play. Judy's just preventing the hearts. This is such good macro play for Miracle. Judy's like, yeah, nice try. You guys are not going home. That should be game, although if you do get back, Gust here to deny.
Says no way. Feel that Gust. Score is going down 20%. And that's the score down. That's
GG.
Game.
So, Supernova loses their first game of the season of their pro careers. That was a mistake, that boss call. They wanted to boss and then hearth home, but it was instantly read by Judy. He just goes and prevents the hearths. And that's a tough loss to take after winning 3 dominant games against Feliz, and then just getting kind of out-rotated, out-globaled in terms of the composition. And it's going to be hard to bounce back from this one, I think, but there was some really good team fights, and I think some really good positioning, and clearly they came in with a plan to abuse Judy in the early game. That paid off less and less as the game went on, but let's look at Falstad. 20,000 experience, 7,000 more than what Kirisako was able to do. Siege damage, 200,000. He split pushed the entire game. He died 1 time. But beyond that, he was never dealt with properly. And he just absolutely won the game by split pushing and trading. Exactly what you said. Why fight for the boss, Miracle, when you could just split push, when you could just take the objectives, as you said. You already have a lead, take the shrines.
They had all that planned in the draft, and that's why they took their Haka first rotation along with Jaina, and they knew that Supernova wanted to go global as well, because that's exactly what they focused on Friday. Maybe if we just take the Haka away, make sure Nitrogen, he can play a pretty good Haka as well, and also we have Sniper for Falstad, double global. Let's try it against them and see what they can actually do.
It worked out really well for them with all the DPSs removed. Like, Falstad was the best DPS to choose, and it was a great map for him. Sniper's a good Falstad player. You know, Tracer, Genji removed, Phoenix, Hanzo. Like, we're running out of meta DPSs. They already had the Jaina. They wanted an auto attacker. Falstad happens to be one who also has the global presence and the ability to split push. So, very, very well played by Miracle. Really close game. The series is already living up to the hype, I think.
Yeah, compared to yesterday, they look a lot better. And Supernova, there were moments where they were just winning team fights and seemed like, they are actually not that bad. Their team fighting comp is really good. Their skill shots are all landing. And Hanzo's doing a lot of damage. Bantam was just outrageous, hitting all the scatter shots onto one target. If you hit all the arrows into one target, it brings the back line down to like 60% HP from one skill shot. So yeah, that happened multiple times. But once the team fight did not start after 10 minutes, they were trying to just follow the macro, but they can't really follow because they have no global. They're always trying to win the team fight. So they went for the boss, but no contest. What do they do?
Yeah, it's Judy just prevents the hearts in that moment, like at the end, and like this is just so textbook. Like, it's happened so much. I feel like that was the one moment we've seen from Supernova where I'm like, okay, rookie mistake. You have to